Yeah, I thought the whole pay-per-view in general didn't make sense. Like the crowd, like we were talking about earlier, they were on fire for the Acclaim. They wanted the Acclaim to win.
Yeah.
You really think that would have been the time that Tony Khan would have in that microphone? He either would have told that ref, "We got to switch it. They've got to win right now. The crowd's too into him." Or worst case, after their match, when the crowd died, have them all do an interview after the next match gets over. It was so closely contested. We're having our rematch this Wednesday night. Yet but they didn't, and the crowd cared less. Even when Jericho and Danielson, which their match was okay, it was a wrestling match. Crowd was dead. Women match dead. Hobbs Ricky
Silence. Did
dead.
you hear
That
the
crowd didn't
silence?
care.
I could hear a pin drop. They have to start booking it better also. I mean, I'm just telling you from experience. You got to start the first match. You know what I mean? Maybe an arm drag, maybe a hip toss. You know, you work your way up to the main event, and then the main event is all hell breaks loose. They're not booking it that way. They're booking a match. You know, they're throwing Omega and the Young Bucks in a match early in the show, and then they're expecting people to follow it. Okay, I mean, and besides that, okay, I watched the whole entire show. I had to actually keep my eyes open from falling asleep just to see the ending. It was ridiculous. And then how many slip ups, how many mistakes, how many I seen so many. I don't know if you saw them, but as a wrestler, I'm not a fan, so I could see these things that maybe fans can't notice. But there was so people were trying too hard, and sometimes too much is. I always say less is better. Less is always better to me, and they're just like boom. It was just too much, man. Like I said, I seen so many guys slip up, and they go right back to the same spot. You know, wait do a couple transition moves, maybe a different spot, then go back to that spot that you guys fucked up and you want to get it in. I get it. I have no problem with it. But don't go right back to it immediately. You know what I mean? You have to I mean, I seen it. They slipped, they fell. I mean, I don't know how many times I seen some guys mess up bad,
Oh, the
bad.
ladder match was a giant botch.
That was, I was just scratching my head, and my girl was even like, whoa,
But let
that
me ask you
match
this:
that match should have been super intense, super crazy. You know what I mean? And it just,
Well, what do you think though? The match was, with the exception of the a lot of miscues, it was a good match. It's a good opening match. Everybody's kind of getting into it. They had all the high flyers in there, and then here come the four masked guys. It's Stokely, a manager no one cares about, with Big Cass, who just joined, the Ass Boys that no one cares about. I don't even know who the other two guys were. And Stokely climbs the ladder. He gets it. He hands it to the Joker, who doesn't. You know it's MJF right away because you can see the spray tan. He walked, everything. But why would you even do that so quick? That match was maybe pumping for about 10 minutes, and they got to cut it. It's like, go another 10. Let these guys get their spots. The girls don't need to go 25 minutes. They can go 6.
the girls were, oh,
That was
it was
horrible.
silence. I mean, the crowd was just, they weren't buying anything. And yeah, you're right. I would have went a little longer, but like I said, MJF signed a new deal. He got what he wanted. They gave him, and what did he want? I know what he wanted more than anything is that strap. So they're giving him what he wants, and that's all there is to it, And a lot of guys are probably pissed about it, but you
Even
got to get
more
over it,
than
man.
Punk.
I'm sure Punk's pissed because he knows he's got to drop the strap to him, and I know how he is. He don't want to do that, but that's too bad.
Yeah, MJF is the most over guy in the company. And even if he becomes that Ric Flair rock kind of heel where they still cheer him, it doesn't matter. He's still going to draw money. But why wouldn't you just have him come down as the Joker and win the match? I mean, especially if you're going to do the thing where he's the mystery man, you don't know who he is. 4 hours later, when the show's over, it was me. It's like, what the fuck? Then why'd you do it in the first place? I mean, you had a reveal hours later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was a good dark reveal gimmick. I mean, we all knew he was coming back anyway. We all knew he signed the contract. It's just, I guess I don't know. I think they're overthinking some stuff. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, and then they play the
They're
voicemail.
overthinking it.
It was just dumb. And Ricky Starks, it's like Ricky Starks and Hobbs is a mismatch anyway, because I'm bigger than Starks. Hobbs is huge. What was that about? This is Starks. He's been beaten up by this guy. He's been left laying for a month. Here comes his revenge spinebuster pin. He didn't even. That's the case when the heel should have cheated to win, but No, now Ricky just, who's a natural heel anyway, who's stupid as a good guy. Now he looks like a bigger piece of shit. He couldn't even get his revenge. He lost clean in minutes.
Because they want him to be a face. I think he should stay as a heel, and they're trying to turn him as a face. And people, I know Ricky. I mean, I've known him a long time. Off, you know, he's a young guy, but he was always a heel, and he was always a good heel. So they're trying to make him a face because I guess the other dude's a heel, and I don't know. I mean, there's some guys that are heels and they should be faces. It's just I don't know. There's too many cooks in the kitchen over there, and that's a fact. You know, that's the way I look at it. In that back room, you got so many positions that are filled. You got probably 10 guys talking to one guy about one match. It's they got to break it down better. And it has to start getting booked better. You know, these shows are great. They could be unbelievable shows if they were booked better.
Well, my favorite heel over there is Christian Cage. And here's so dumb. He comes and Luchasaurus joins him. And Luchasaurus is a bad guy, but then Jungle Boy comes back, and now Luchasaurus is a good guy with Jungle Boy. They have the match. Luchasaurus beats up Jungle Boy. Christian pins him in a matter of seconds. What the fuck was that? Why were you turning this dinosaur guy back and forth for 2 months? It made no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody wanted to see the match, so why didn't they give us the match? You know
I
what I
think
mean?
Christian's hurt. If you notice, his arm was braced. Then you just say they can't fight because Jungle Boy beat him up real bad. You know, I mean, if your guy's hurt, why would you even put him out there on a pay-per-view to do something that dumb? That could have been done on TV. That was a TV angle.
I mean, they could have brought MJF back and put him in that spot and had him work somebody. You know what I mean? What's the difference? I mean, what's the big surprise? We all knew he was coming back anyway. So to me, you know, that's something we did in ECW when lights go out and lights come on and you see somebody. It's a Terry Funk. You know what I mean? It's a Stan Hansen. It's a Mick Foley. You know what I mean? It's not MJF. You see what I'm saying? He's not in that spot yet.
And you can't
You
do
know,
lights on, lights off every TV show, every pay-per-view. It's got to be a special occasion.
it has to mean something. And when we used to do it, oh my God, it meant something. Lights are out, lights come back on. Jerry the King Lawler is in ECW ring. I mean, that right there is a shocker. Who expected that? Nobody expected that. So we could do that in ECW because we knew it would get over. But like I said before, they're trying to do too much. There's too many, like I said, there's too many chefs in the kitchen. It wasn't the show was not booked right. I would not have booked it that way. So
How
like I
about the
always told
how about the trio match? You know, the House of Black. Malachi comes in, he beats Cody. He's over his shit. The whole crowd turns on Cody Rhodes. They hate him now. They love Malachi. He wins the next match. Then he goes on a 8-month losing streak. Now they're in the trios match, which and I get Sting ain't gonna lose. And Darby he pinned Buddy Murphy or one of the other ones, but short match. And then I guess after the match, Malachi Black hugged all of them, and they're saying now Malachi Black wants to leave. Bobby Fish already quit. I mean, this is not a good sign.
no, I heard Malachi's been hurt. That's what I heard. He's been something with his leg. Something's wrong. He's been injured. I can't see him wanting to go back and work for Vince. I mean,
He liked
that's
Hunter, though. Hunter liked him.
yeah. I don't know why. Like I said, Vince probably got rid of him. So who knows? I mean, if he has a good relationship with Hunter, he'll go back there in a heartbeat.
He'd be
Uh,
my Undertaker if I hired him.
I'm surprised. So Fish actually rolled, huh?
Yeah, his contract was up, and he even said, I guess, like in interviews, like I'll go to war for Triple H and WWE. So, that undisputed era, they're plagued by injuries. You know, Cole's still concussed because he weighs about 80 pounds, soaking wet. The other guy's hurt, O'Reilly. Fish was healthy. It's like, well, fuck, I'm gonna. They're all gonna leave. I think Cole probably has a 5-year deal, so he's stuck. But they'll both go. It's just weird now how all these people, once Vince retired, now they want to go back.
Of course they want to go back because Vince ain't there now. They could deal with Triple H. The trios match, I liked how the Dark Order they pushed them good, which was a good thing. I thought that was a good thing. Some
They
of them
should have
spots
won.
were crazy, man. I gotta admit, some of them spots were really crazy, really crazy.
Dark Order's such a good team, and they're homegrown team. I think that's my bitch. It's like all the it's all highlight. If you think about your two main events, Daniel Bryan and Jericho, WWE guys. CM Punk Moxley, WWE guys. It's really becoming, and that's what to me killed TNA years ago when it became the company that was all ex WWE guys.